आप में से कई लोगों को ऑलरेडी पता होगा, बट जिन्हें नहीं पता उन्हें बता दूं कि यार जो पहली बुक जो मैंने पढ़ा, जिसकी वजह से मेरी लाइफ कंप्लीटली चेंज हो गई, जिसकी वजह से मेरे अंदर बुक्स रीड करने का शौक पैदा हुआ, जिसकी वजह से कहीं ना कहीं ये मैंने चैनल भी बनाया और मैं अपनी लाइफ में इतना कुछ कर पा रहा हूँ, मैंने बहुत सारे अपने सपने पूरे किए, वो बुक थी रिच डैड पुअर डैड। हाँ, पीछे भी वही है, ये भी यही है। अब ये वाली बात शायद थोड़े लोगों को नहीं पता होगी कि वो पहली बुक समरी जो मैंने हिंदी में बनाई थी, जिस पे बहुत ज़्यादा व्यू है, जो व्हाट्सएप पे वायरल हो गया था, वो बुक की समरी भी इस बुक की ही थी, रिच डैड पुअर डैड ही थी, जिसकी वजह से मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रैक्शन मिला। और रिसेंटली मैं सोच ही रहा था कि अब पॉडकास्ट स्टार्ट करता हूँ मैं ऑथर्स के साथ, जहाँ मैं ऑथर्स को लेके आऊँ और उनका जो पर्सपेक्टिव है वो मैं लोगों को बताने की कोशिश करूँ अपने पॉडकास्ट के थ्रू, लंबी बातें करके डेप्थ में जाए। और तभी मुझे वापस अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली एक इंटरेस्टिंग ऑथर के साथ पॉडकास्ट करने का, जो थे हमारे रॉबर्ट कियोसाकी, रिच डैड पुअर डैड के ऑथर। सो एक बहुत अच्छा प्यारा सा सर्कल कंप्लीट हुआ है। अपॉर्चुनिटी मुझे मौका मिला कि यार ये जो पहला एपिसोड होगा जो पॉडकास्ट सीरीज़ का, बुक के ऑथर्स जहाँ मैं लेके आऊँगा, उसका भी पहला एपिसोड है रॉबर्ट कियोसाकी के साथ ही, जहाँ मैं उनसे गोवा में मिला था, मुंबई में भी मिला, गोवा में भी मिला। हमने काफ़ी सारी इंटरेस्टिंग बातें करी, एसेट से रिलेटेड बातें करी, क्यों रिच होते जा रहे हैं इंडिया में, पुअर होते जा रहे हैं, थोड़ी बहुत पॉलिटिकल, थोड़ी बहुत कॉन्ट्रोवर्शियल, फिएट करेंसी से रिलेटेड बातें, और कई सारी इंटरेस्टिंग बातें हमने करी है जो आपकी फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है। बस एक चीज़ है कि यार रॉबर्ट कियोसाकी को हिंदी तो आती नहीं है, तो मैंने ये पॉडकास्ट इंग्लिश में ही किया है, बट फिक्र मत करिए, हमने आपके लिए इंग्लिश और हिंदी दोनों के सबटाइटल्स भी डाल दिए हैं इस वीडियो के लिए, ताकि आप अच्छे से इस पॉडकास्ट को समझ सको। और अगर आपको ये पॉडकास्ट हिंदी में सुनना है तो मैंने अपने ज़ीशान चैनल पे हिंदी में इसी पॉडकास्ट को डाला है विद द हेल्प ऑफ AI, लिंक इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन। अगर आप लोग अपना सपोर्ट दिखाना चाहते हो तो मैं एक रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा बस कि यार आप लोग ना इस वीडियो को कम से कम 10,000 लाइक्स तो जरूर दे देना, ताकि मुझे भी लगे कि हाँ मैं सही काम कर रहा हूँ। ऑथर्स को मैं और लेके आऊँगा, और इंटरेस्टिंग ऑथर्स को लेके आऊँगा जो डेप्थ में बुक की बातें आप लोगों को सिखाएंगे, ताकि आपकी ज़िंदगी और अच्छी हो सके, आप अपनी लाइफ में ग्रो कर सको। ठीक है, नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द पॉडकास्ट।
So first of all, thank you so much for giving your precious time to me. It's an honor for me to have you, sir. Every time I go to any interview or stage, whenever I mention my story, there's always you in my story. Because you helped me change my life through this book.
Thank you.
It's one of my all-time favorite book. And whenever someone asks me which book I should read first, I tell them read this. Because if you don't read this, if you choose a bad book, people might not read at all. If a book is not good. So first book I recommend is Rich Dad Poor Dad, the first book.
That makes me so happy. It's the greatest gift I have. I'm an old man now. But to have young men like you say that this book and all this, I travel all over the world, and young men and women come up and say thank you.
Yeah.
That's the greatest gift of all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You don't even know how much powerful that is for me and for 4 million people, because we are kind of changing my life and we'll change so many other lives just because of you and your book. So
And
that's
now you'll change more lives.
Yeah, it's a cascading effect that will go so well. So the first question I have for you, you came to India, you went to Dharavi, you there bought jackets and everything. So, and you were at the Taj also, Taj Hotel, which is one of the like very luxurious life. You have noticed rich are really rich and poor are really poor in India. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's also not just India. In America today, slums are appearing everywhere. I have an apartment house. I have lots of real estate agents. But I have a property in Seattle, Washington, and Portland, Oregon. My tenants couldn't get into the building because the homeless parked all around it. So I remember about 15 years ago, I was in Argentina, and I saw the favelas. And favelas are the homeless people, and they're growing like a cancer. But it's growing in America today too.
Okay.
And there's many reasons for it. It's not one reason. But a lot of it is no financial education. So you have a lot of good people, hardworking people, they work really hard. The problem is our money is fake. The rupiah is fake. Rupee is fake. The yen is fake. The dollar is fake. And it keeps people poor. So that's why in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I said the rich don't work for money. And if you work for money, you get poorer. You can make a lot of money, but you get poorer. So it takes a while for a person to go, oh my God, what's wrong? I'm working hard. I went to school, I'm poor. So that was Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, in the book, you said that we should focus on assets rather than focusing on liabilities. What are the best assets you can recommend us? So we should focus on right now.
There's lots of assets, like the number one asset today is silver.
Silver.
And the reason is because silver and gold are God's money.
Yeah.
So the silver and gold were placed here by God. The dollar is printed. The rupee is printed.
Yeah.
So since 1964, when I was 17 years old, I started saving silver
Okay.
and gold. So today I'm a rich man, but I still remember meeting a Hindu priest
Okay.
in Fiji, and he had gold hanging all over him. You see, in Christians, it's not good to be rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
I'm a Christian.
Root of all evil.
Yeah, the love of money is the root of all.
All evil. Yeah.
So this Guru Deva, he's an American Hindu priest. I said, why do you have so much gold? He looked at me and he said, because gold is the attractor of wealth. What? He says, yes, as God put gold here on earth, so gold would attract wealth. But it was the US government started printing paper money.
Fiat currency.
And so poverty increases. So my message to, people of India, whatever religion, you have to get back to what's real.
Real.
Silver or gold. So because I'm a capitalist, I own 2 gold mines and 1 silver mine. And I get richer and richer and richer because that Hindu priest said to me, he said, the more gold you have, the more wealth you attract.
Yeah.
So he says, gold, he said this, quote unquote, gold are the tears of God. Gold is the tears of God.
Yeah.
So if you want more wealth, get more gold.
Yeah. A lot of countries are doing that. They're increasing their gold reserves who are smart, because gold is a real money. As you say, it's real. It was thousands years ago. We used to have gold. Now also gold is there, and it will be for sure. In the future also we will use gold and have gold as a money. But fiat currency keeps on changing.
That's terrible. It's fake money.
Fake money, it changes.
And that's the US dollar. So it's really tough, because our school teachers tell us go to school, work hard, get a job, save money, pay taxes, get out of debt. I don't do any of that. And what I do instead is I use debt, because what happened in 1971, President Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. And so the dollar became debt in 1971. I use debt to get rich. It's opposite.
Opposite, yeah.
But you go to school, they tell you stay out of debt.
Yeah.
But debt is money.
It's other people's money. You said a very interesting thing about education system. What do you think is the main problem for our education system currently?
Education. It's really sad because poor dad was educator.
Yeah.
Good man, but a Marxist. In 1965, I was 18 years old. And I read the book, The Communist Manifesto.
Okay.
I went to military school.
Yeah.
They call me a ring knock.
Ring knock.
Yeah. Ring knockers are military officers
Officers. Okay.
who went to academies, special schools. So we had to study Marx because, Marx is the enemy. And I realized my family are Marxist. Good people. Well, it's like a religion. It's like in Ireland, they have Catholics shooting Protestants. They're all Christians, but they're shooting each other. It's like the Tamil Tiger and the people in Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
They shoot each other.
Yeah.
I was in Vietnam. I was a Marine pilot, flew helicopters in Vietnam. Vietnamese were killing Vietnamese. Stupid, It doesn't make sense. But that's the way the world is today. And the other thing I knew about, I went to Vietnam twice, 1966 and 1972. And I realized then that what Vietnam has, the reason America was fighting for Vietnam, was oil.
Oil.
And the reason I know that is the school I went to, the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy in New York, I studied oil. I'm an oil man.
Yeah.
That's my background. And so it's your education is good, but our schools do not teach us anything about money.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And that's why most school teachers are poor.
Yeah.
Don't listen to them.
Yeah. You are a best-selling author of the whole world. I have a book summary channel. I love books. So what would you recommend if someone wants to become a best-selling author of the whole world, like you? What things they have to focus on?
Well, I hate to say this, but I flunked out of high school because I cannot write.
Huh.
So I flunked when I was 15 and 17. I can't write.
Okay.
And I only became a best-selling author after I learned how to sell. So I'm not a best writing. I'll never be Pulitzer Prize or all those awards. I'm a best-selling author. So in 1974, when I came back from Vietnam, I was a pilot, you know. So my poor dad says, go fly for United Airlines, American Airlines, Brand F and all that stuff. And I asked my rich man, I said, if I'm a pilot, what happens? He says, you're an employee, you know. You work for people. I said, well, how do I become rich? He says, you have to learn how to sell. He said, the number one skill of an entrepreneur is know how to sell. And I didn't want to sell. So I kept asking my rich dad, I said, please, 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 there's got to be a better way. I don't want to sell. Because my poor dad hated salesmen.
Yeah.
You know, academics, professor, don't like salesmen. So finally, I asked my rich dad, I said, tell me, how can I get rich without selling? And so my rich dad, who's my best friend's father,
Okay.
looks at me and says, how's your sex life? I said, terrible. He says, you have no girlfriends, right? I said, that's right. He says, because you can't sell.
That's
So
interesting.
with that, I joined the Xerox Corp. I interviewed with Xerox and IBM back then, 74. And I learned how to sell. So what this says here is best-selling author.
Bestseller.
It doesn't say best writing author.
Writing author, right?
Pulitzer Prize will never come after me. You know, they don't care. I sold more books than anybody else. But I can sell books.
That's very beautiful thing.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to become a good salesman, is there any few tips or something like what we should focus on to be a great salesman?
That's a very good question. I only do it because I want to serve my fellow human being. The more people I serve, the more effective I become. Too many people say the more people I serve, the more money I make.
Yeah.
I don't really care about money. If you read this book here, there's so many easy ways to make money.
Yeah.
But I want to focus on serving my fellow human beings first. So rich or poor, you know, I keep talking to Professional Investment Club and all this. So I came to Mumbai. I want to see the slums. I said, how do I serve the people of the slums? I don't serve them by making my prices really high. I serve them by teaching. So it's like Gandhi and those guys, and you know, they teach. So I teach through this book. So this book can go into the slums of Mumbai or all over the world.
And that's it. I am testimony for that. I came from Mumbai slums. I am one of the guy who used to live in slums. I have dream, but I own houses now.
This gets you out.
And this, mindset, this book helped me to get out of that slums. So it's an honor, sir. That's
Yes,
why.
thank you. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like, why do you think capitalism is the best way for the world to come out of this economic trouble we are having?
It's a tough question, you know. It's not, people don't like capitalism, but they don't like corruption.
Yeah.
It's a lot of corruption. And unfortunately, if a person has no financial education, people steal from them very easily.
Yeah.
So I look at politics and all this. Many of our political leaders are stealing left and right.
Yeah.
So they say, well, it's capitalism. No, it's called corruption.
Yeah.
So you cannot cross corruption and capitalism. Capitalism, very simply, taking people and their ideas and making money with it. So like, I print this book, I get paid. Not stealing from anybody.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. You look at Mr. Tata. He's a very smart businessman. He makes a lot of money because he's giving people what they want. Everything is Tata, the television stations, the trucks. And so you get angry at him. I get angry at Joe Biden, my president, who's a crook. Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, they're just absolute crooks. So it's sad, So there's good people and bad people.
You wrote a book with Donald Trump also. Why we want you to become rich. How did you all become friends and what happened?
Donald Trump is a good friend. He's a good man. He's a capitalist. Unfortunately, as you may know, there's fake charges against him.
Yeah.
The election was stolen. In America today, there's several elections that were stolen because of Marxism.
Okay.
It's sad. It's really sad. So Mr. Trump is a very good man. His sons and I are very good friends. You look at Trump and his two sons, Don Trump Jr. and Eric Trump. Then you have Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, who's a drug addict, womanizer, and all this. So like father, like son. So I often say to people, look at what Trump's sons do and look at what Biden's sons do. He's a criminal. So Joe Biden is a criminal. You know how I know that? Because when he got elected, I think it was January 2020, his first move was to cut the pipeline that runs from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico in America. The first thing he did was cut that pipeline.
Why?
Because I'm an oil man. So I went to school. I drove oil tankers. Under Trump, I was selling oil at $30 a barrel. When Biden cut the pipeline, oil went from $30 to $130. That was his first act as president. I went, oh my God, I know what he's doing. He's going to raise the price of energy. He's going to kill the middle class. So today I see people, pumping gas like this. They got kids. They can't afford to feed them because, fuel, energy, produces food, produces oil, transportation, affects everything. So Biden is the worst president we've ever had. I'm not Republican or Democrat.
Okay.
Just watch what a person does, not what they say.
Yeah.
His first act was to cut the pipeline. I made a fortune.
Acha.
Yeah, because well, oil was $30 a barrel, went to $130.
You had.
But everybody else got poorer. I don't like that. Doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make me happy. But this guy Biden is a complete crook compared to Mr. Tata, everybody loves the guy.
Yeah.
Do you know? I have tremendous respect for Modi also.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have a good politician, bad politician, good president, bad president. So this guy Biden is a crook. Just watch what he does, not what he says. The first act was to cut the pipeline. I made fortunes. I hated it.
Because you are smart financially. That's why you made.
No, because he made my friends poor. He does it intentionally.
Okay.
Biden is a crook.
Why he is doing like this?
Communist.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I was in Vietnam, a pilot, right? I remember flying, watching Vietnamese killing Vietnamese. This is stupid. Vietnam, the reason America was there for oil. Vietnam has a lot of oil.
Yeah.
So I know what's going on. My degree is in oil.
Okay.
I understand oil. So when Biden cut the pipeline, I knew exactly what he was doing.
You understood the behind the scenes.
I know. No, it's obvious. Not behind the scenes. It's obvious.
It's obvious.
American people are so stupid. They cannot see. Americans are so stupid today. That's why homelessness looks like the slums of Mumbai.
What's the biggest mistake they are doing, people in India, also in America? What's the biggest financial mistake we people are committing right now?
You shouldn't go to school anymore.
Okay. Then
Because
where?
school's going to make you poor.
Okay.
Poor dad went to school. Rich dad didn't. My friends who are billionaires didn't go to school. They're entrepreneurs. You don't have to go to school. You know, you have to go to school to be a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant. But to be an entrepreneur, you don't need to go to school. So that's what's happening for you. I become an entrepreneur. You don't need a college degree for that.
I have an interesting story. So my dad is a taxi driver. So he saved a lot of money for me so that I can get a degree. So I have invested my 10, 15, 16 years for engineering. I did my engineering, but I never went back to take my degree. The college used to call me and say that take your degree. But I knew it's not worth it. I read it. I learned from here. The degrees is just piece of paper. It doesn't matter if you have a degree or not. I started my YouTube channel and it blew, all because of you. So right now, in terms of financial education, what do you think about cryptocurrencies?
I have 60 Bitcoin.
60 Bitcoins.
That's all.
Okay.
Whole coins.
Do you think there is a positive future for cryptocurrencies?
No, don't care.
We can't say.
No, I mean, 60 is enough. That's 1.8 million.
Right.
See that what? But how did I get the 60 is the question.
How?
Well, because I studied what's called technical trading. Markets go up, markets go down. So what happened? Bitcoin came out in 2009. I didn't take a move. Everybody went straight to 20,000.
Yeah.
So I watched it, and it dropped down to like 1. And then went. So when it hit 6,000, I bought 60 of them. I'll be rich for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
All you need is 1. So I have 60 Bitcoin. That's enough. I can live in Mumbai.
Yeah. Comfortable life, you can say.
Yeah. But that's financial education, knowing how to track trends and markets and all this stuff.
What are the best way a person like me can learn from? Best ways we can learn, because education system is not good. So what are the other options that we can opt to learn?
How do we get educated?
Because education system is not good, right? For mobile.
The best teachers are on this today.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm on this thing all day.
Okay.
I'm listening to really smart people, really stupid people. Somebody said this is good. Somebody said this is bad. I listen to them all. The best teachers are on this. Some of the best crooks are on this also.
Yeah.
But so you can take this into the slums of Mumbai, and a young child can study from here and get out of the slums. But it's up here, not school. School's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Unless you can be a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer. I'm an entrepreneur.
But if you want to become an entrepreneur, then there are lots of options on mobile.
It's more than an entrepreneur. I want to be free.
Yeah.
I can travel where I want. I make as much money as I like. I was doing a talk today, like I drive Ferraris, Rolls Royces, and all that. And a lot of financial experts say, live below your means. Well, I don't want to live below my means. I'm maybe Japanese. I don't like Toyotas.
Why?
I like Ferraris.
Okay.
Would you rather Ferrari or Toyota?
Ferrari.
Rolls Royce or Toyota?
Rolls Royce.
And so I drive a jet. Which would you rather, fly economy and Air India, or drive your own jet?
Drive your own jet.
Oh, that's the difference.
You're buying a new jet also. On the talk you said you are going to buy another jet.
I have 2.
Okay. You have two.
A Lear 60. I'm buying a G4 right now, Gulfstream 4.
Okay.
So I can fly internationally.
Save time because that's important, right?
No, I hate Air India. I hate United Airlines.
Yeah.
I hate American Airlines. I don't like traveling with poor people.
Yeah.
I'd rather have my own jet.
Yeah. And be with people who are good with mindset.
Yeah. Easier said than done.
Yeah.
Most people have a poor mindset. That's sad because they went to school. Go to school, get a job, work hard, pay taxes, save money, buy a house, and invest in the stock market. I don't do any of that. I'm not saying people shouldn't do that. I don't do any of that. I don't have to. I'm an entrepreneur. I like gold. So I bought a gold mine. The average person cannot buy a gold mine. I own a silver mine in Argentina because I'm an entrepreneur. Do I pay for it? No.
Okay. How?
You got to study.
You have to
this
study.
book.
Yeah. And what are the different things you invest in money in? Like commodities, you buy oil, you have gold, silver. Are there any other things you invest money in?
Cattle.
Cattle.
I know it's illegal here because you eat, but
Okay.
cattle's very big business.
Okay. Why?
People eat them. I'm in America. I'm not here in India.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I only buy what people want.
Yeah.
So over here, if I was here, I'd buy pigs. I would sell pigs. In America, I sell cattle, and it violates your religion, I know, but not my religion.
Right. And you're just fulfilling the need. What people need, you're fulfilling that because you're an entrepreneur.
What do people want?
Yeah.
I don't want crypto, I want the money. I want that stuff. I don't want a job. I don't buy a job. But people who need a job go to school. People who want to be doctors go to school. That's good because we need doctors, we need attorneys,
Yeah,
we need
we need
accountants. I don't want to be one of those. I want to hire them.
Yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm buying a G4, Gulfstream 4. Goes all across the world. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't have to climb on Air India or Singapore Air or United Airlines or American Airlines. Just get my own jet.
Yeah.
I just have to figure out how to make money in it.
That's interesting. So are you writing another book?
Yeah, I'm always writing books. My most happiest thing, I'm glad you read this book. Keep studying. I think the biggest thing for people is that what poor people say is I can't afford it. That's why they're poor. You've got to be able to say, how can I afford it?
Yeah.
So I want a G4, a Gulfstream 4 jet. $10 million. The price is cheap. Flying it is expensive. So I said, well, how am I going to pay for that jet? Most people can't afford the 10 million, much less it costs about 10,000 an hour to fly. Average person in India can't afford 10,000 an hour, US.
Yeah, I can't.
So I just got to figure out how can I afford a jet? I started another business. I create assets that pay for my liabilities. So when I wanted my Ferrari, I bought apartment houses. The apartment houses bought my Ferrari.
Yeah.
When I wanted my Rolls Royce, I bought what's called a warehouse, and the warehouse bought my Rolls Royce. A poor person would say, oh, I can't afford it, I can't afford it. That's why they're poor.
Yeah.
The words, I can't afford it, makes you poor.
Yeah, because that takes the mindset that you can't.
Well, this is Christian, but it says the word becomes flesh.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in Hindu, but when you say I can't afford it, you become poor.
Okay. Any final message for me and for the viewers? Any final message?
No, I mean, I thank you. I'm honored you read this book. It's the greatest gift you can give an old man like me.
It's my pleasure.
To say young, but keep teaching, okay?
Yes, we will.
I have a board game called the Cash Flow board game.
Yeah.
I recommend that people take that into the slums and teach. If you teach, you get richer.
Because it will change the mindset.
Yourself.
Yeah.
You see, the The reason teachers are poor is because they work for money. They just want job security. They're criminals. I don't like school teachers, I can tell. But I like people who go and teach to give. When you teach and give, more comes back to you.
Yeah.
God shines on you. Was it Shiva or shines on you?
I'm a Muslim, I say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give and you shall receive.
That's in every religion, and every entrepreneur believe that.
It's all religions.
Yeah.
Give and you shall receive.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's honor. Thank you so much.